Inspector? I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen? I was hoping you wouldn't say that. What makes you sure it was Birdie? He has always had serious temper issues. Yes, I begin to see your reasoning. Walk me through your reasoning. What happened on the night of the murder? Yes, Birdie's teammates were arrested, but he was absent. He was gone from the hotel room long enough to find Helen in the ballroom. That's the trouble with Birdie. When his pride is wounded, he responds with anger. Birdie met Helen in the ballroom, and then... That certainly fits Birdie's profile. He's a hacker. He's been trained, even conditioned, to respond to tense situations with violence. I suppose I have no choice but to recommend Bertie Holcomb to the Labyrinth for the murder of Halcyon Helen. Tartarus will decide Mr. Holcomb's fate, though I'll suggest he not share a cell with any fans of Auntie Cleo's darlings, or former players. We're finished here. The Labyrinth is a dreadful place for Black Hole Birdie to end his career. He'll have time to reflect on the course of his life. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just... Inspector? I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen? Oh, thank you, merciful architect. I mean, yes, I understand. You're saying Cedric Kincannon killed Halcyon Helen. What makes you so sure? Cedric doesn't tolerate theft. His greatest fear is watching UDL guards march into his territory and take everything away from him. I know Cedric. If Helen stole from him, he'd never let her live. He'd make an example out of her. You're beginning to understand Cedric as well as I do. You realize what's happening here. Cedric doesn't believe you can demonstrate his guilt. He's been goading you. But you're going to prove him wrong. You say he killed her and then fabricated the scene in the ballroom? What makes you certain of that? Most automechanicals come equipped with some type of plasma weapon. Programming one to murder Helen vicariously is a clever solution. Fiendish, even. It's clear to me that Cedric Kincannon murdered Halcyon Helen. I'll have him reported to UDL within the hour. You've done this institution a tremendous service. We're finished here. Eridanos will return to its rightful owner, and Cedric Kincannon will spend the rest of his days rotting in Tartarus. Wait, don't move a muscle. Inspector? I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen? Somehow, I'm not surprised. What makes you sure it was the Prophet? Perfect. Lying to an investigator is already grounds for suspension. And by suspension, I mean being suspended over the edge of a land complex for a time commensurate with the offense. The trouble is, Helen was killed in the ballroom. I'm told the Prophet never left her retreat. How do you account for this? I like the way you think, Inspector. You're saying Ms. Leyva arranged to have Helen's corpse delivered to the ballroom. So, the Prophet had a clear motivation for killing Helen. Tell me what happened on the night of the murder. So she acted in haste and made a fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? Is that too serial drama for my report? Never mind. I'll worry about that later. Helen's autopsy report tells me she died of plasma burns and blunt trauma. What do you make of that? Right, of course. That seems perfectly logical. It's clear to me that the Prophet murdered Halcyon Helen. I appreciate your work, Inspector. You've done this institution a tremendous service. We're finished here. Jasmine Leva, Prophet of Profitability, will be delivering seminars in Tartarus, if she's lucky. I'll contact board authorities immediately. Wait. Inspector? I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen? Really? Spencer Woolrich killed Halcyon Helen? As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, that sounds like the highlight of his career. What makes you think it was Spencer? Yes, a jealous artist murders his popular rival. It's just like Salieri and Mozart. I think this could work. Walk me through your reasoning. What happened on the night of the murder? You're suggesting Woolrich acted in cold blood. That he had every intention of killing Helen, whether by poison or by weapon. All right, Woolrich clearly had a plan to kill Helen. He had motive and he had intent. What happened in the ballroom? Board law clearly states that automechanicals are incapable of acting on their own volition. I'll make a note that Burbage 3001 was used as a murder weapon. It's clear to me that Spencer Woolrich murdered Halcyon Helen. I appreciate your help, Inspector. You've done a marvelous favor for this institution, and at the risk of sounding impertinent, for the Aether Wave industry. We're done here. Spencer Woolrich killed Halcyon Helen. If he thinks Aetherwave critics are harsh, he hasn't seen the Labyrinth's inmates. Wait, don't... Inspector? I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen? I beg your pardon. You think I killed Halcyon Helen? I knew hiring you was a mistake. I expect you to deliver the name of Helen's killer. I expect you to deliver results, Inspector. And if you can't withstand the pressure, then I expect you to resign. We're done. Your services are no longer necessary. I'm defensive, Inspector, because I'm under attack. I am assaulted by your perfidious and baseless accusations. You're convinced I murdered Halcyon Helen. Fine. Show me some evidence. If you have no proof, then you have no case, and I have no further use for you. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrols. The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here right now. You think so, do you? I'm so glad to hear that. Really, I'm astounded by your powers of deduction. Damn it, someone's interfering with my transmission. Can you read the...
Whoever the real killer is, I got a feeling they're going after Mr. Ludovico. We need to catch up to him. Fast.
I guess, if we have to. Getting kinda tired of kicking my heels up in the penthouse all day.
All right. I got nothing going on.
We should definitely go. As for helping him, maybe we take the wait-and-see approach?
From the depths of Terra 2 to the heights of Eridanos, There's no mess that your SAM unit can't unstick, unclog, or unsully.
Think of this as an opportunity to teach Mr. Ludovico the importance of compassion.